Research shows that children exposed to domestic violence can suffer from depression, anxiety, and sometimes grow up to become abusive in their own relationships. In tonight's final installment of our Battered Justice series, KMU 8's Caitlin Alexander investigates how new treatments are targeting those children's creative capabilities to break the cycle.
I remember her favorite hiding places. The woods behind her house was where she spent much of her time.
Sharing our stories.
I titled this Her Future Self.
For Helen Gennari, nothing is more powerful.
I hope I can get through this.
Especially when her story...
I saw him throw food at her, and a lot of, as I say, a lot of physical abuse.
Comes directly from the pain of watching her father beat her mother. It started when Gennari was 5 and her father came home from war.
His behavior was very unpredictable, and our whole life just changed after that.
Every year, 3.3 million to 10 million children in the U.S. are exposed to at least one instance of domestic violence. It took decades before Gennari sought out therapy, and decades more before she started writing about it.
I think a lot of people's creativity comes out of their pain and their struggles.
Looking to creative outlets can be an important part of healing after traumatic experiences, like growing up in a violent home. For kids today, it might look something a little bit more like this.
I still do all the stuff that makes me feel happy.
You can put your voice or music.
Jason Zollers is a youth therapist at the Coalition Against Rape and Domestic Violence, or CARD-V, in Fulton. He's one of 3 helping children exposed to violence cope by putting together digital stories, short 3-minute movies about themselves and the difficulties they've overcome. It comes easily to kids nowadays given the technology they've grown up around.
And they're very eager to show, this is what I've done, I've made it through this, and they're very proud of it.
CARD-V gave KMU 8 this sample video of what a story might look like. The storytelling treatment helps between 35 and 45 kids a year, aged 7 to 17. Dr. Kim Anderson pioneered this new program. She studies children from violent homes and says watching dad mistreat mom seriously impacts kids.
Their social functioning, and their overall well-being, but what I see in the children is these amazing ability to be resilient.
This treatment technique is still fairly new, so the data's not there yet, but Anderson and Zollers say they've seen improvement in kids' coping abilities and stress levels.
This is my story.
Sharing our stories, acknowledging our past, and moving on. Caitlin Alexander, KMU 8 News, Fulton.
If you're interested in looking into treatments for your child or just want to learn more about the program, search for Battered Justice on KMU.com.